Tough one to predict this. Tough match to predict. I'm actually going to give the win to Kiileerrz. I'm going to predict that Kiileerrz wins. I was very impressed with what he produced against USA's A team. And although I think Nwpo has the higher highs in this matchup, honestly, maybe in any matchup, like Nwpo is just one of the absolute best peaks in the game, in ones right now especially. I think Kiileerrz is just so consistent, and he showed a very diverse style against the USA A team as well. He didn't just go for the full on race to every ball, just aggressive style only. He also put up a great defensive stand. He's starting to level up in defense, Kiileerrz. Tried to emulate his twin brother in that regard. Kiileerrz already looking lively to start things off. He has one good save to his name, and now he's going to test Nwpo's defense. Nwpo up quickly to challenge before that air dribble could get dangerous. And look out for Kiileerrz saving his dodge in defense. If he wants to challenge an air dribble, if he wants to challenge a high shot, I expect to see him do so by single jump aerialing and then dodging into the ball. It's what Roas has been doing recently, and I think it's something that Kiileerrz has also starting to add to his game. That's a bit of a miss by him. Thought about half flipping into the play, but decides against it. Nwpo, the best chance of the game, and that's going to be denied by Kiileerrz as well. He's saving his boost exceptionally in this position. Nwpo fakes a jump. Now he's up for real, and there is that single jump attempt to save, but Nwpo goes straight through him and eventually gets his first goal of the game. That's a lovely little lean back there from Nwpo. Good placement. It's tempting to flip into that ball when you've got the reset from close range, but Nwpo knew that doing that would have just given Kiileerrz exactly what he wanted, a mid-air 50-50. Instead he went for the consistent touch. Great outplay. Nwpo going as low as he could underneath the incoming ceiling challenge. He's up 2-0. Kiileerrz actually played pretty well defensively this game so far. I don't hate that he went for an early challenge. Unfortunately for him though, Nwpo started air dribbling that down low instead of forwards. And it's much easier to defend with ceiling challenges if your opponent is going forwards, not downwards. Just 14 boost to his name. Nwpo decides not to play for the impossible air dribble. Oh, that's impressive. Nwpo had to jump off the ceiling to get back to the ball, but no problem. Gets his flip back immediately. Kiileerrz with an expected long attack here. He's looking to control Nwpo, but Nwpo's just clamped him once again. It's 3-0 surely. No, never mind actually. Kiileerrz is going to get there first. In fact, he might be threatening a long shot. Nwpo's defense has dealt with Kiileerrz pretty easily so far. Kiileerrz might need to up the shot quality. It's not a bad idea to test Nwpo's defense with the simple stuff early on though, because he can be very inconsistent. It's my biggest criticism of him. Right now he is playing so well. That's an unbelievable save. Both players have defended excellently in game one. Again, Nwpo keeps Kiileerrz at bay, keeps him scoreless. In fact, this is not a typical Nwpo game at all. So often the score starts to increase for both him and his opponent, but this time he's just leading 2-0 and doesn't look like he's interested in giving Kiileerrz many opportunities. Air dribble for Nwpo. Gets completely shut down though. Kiileerrz spots a challenging angle. And shot selection of Nwpo ended up being a bit too risky. Late reset. Always going to lose to a rush challenge. Does winning this make Nwpo the best player in the world, the best in the world? How does that make Nwpo the best if he wins when he's got the best ones player on his team? He can't beat Roas. He can't beat Roas. He's got him in his team. And he did lose to Roas twice recently, so no, probably not. Kiileerrz has brought this back. That's a very nice shot to set up the open net. 2-2. Calm comeback from Kiileerrz, who remains scoreless for the vast majority of the game. Nwpo just does enough with the bump, and the aerial shot sneaks a shot in, but it's not going to go past Kiileerrz. So composed today in the face of one of the most mechanical players in the world. Nwpo runs wide away from the demo. Kiileerrz just keeping the ball in the corner. He's quite happy to defend in this position. Fakes a ceiling challenge this time. Again, Nwpo went low. He probably anticipated an actual challenge from Kiileerrz after 2 have already occurred this game. An early pre-jump from Nwpo. Kiileerrz goes right through him though. Nwpo's recovered. He's going to save him. Not just that, he's going to get him right back into the play. Nwpo on the chase. Kiileerrz with a very quick turn. He's got Nwpo in a terrible position here. Bounce dribble is good. The shot is good enough. It was nothing special, but it didn't have to be. It was all about the quick turnaround. He managed to counter-attack before Nwpo could grab a big boost, and now leads by 1. Can Kiileerrz tie the series and be the hero for Saudi Arabia's B team once again? Nwpo trying to prove that he deserves that A team slot over him. He's not going to do so in game 1. A very calculated approach, very composed approach from Kiileerrz. Completes the comeback and wins the game. I'll just remind you guys that I actually asked both of these players and the teammates from the Saudi Arabia A team, Ruas and TRK, which one of these players that are currently on your screen should join the A team alongside Ruas and TRK. Reason being, initially they were both going to be in it because Khaled and TRK both declined the A team spot. So Kiileerrz and Nwpo were both in the A team briefly. However, then TRK, who was sick at the initial time of asking, felt a lot better and said that he would play. And that meant that one of Kiileerrz and Nwpo had to move to the B team. Kiileerrz said, I'll go to the B team. Nwpo can have the A team spot. He wanted to be the carry for the team, and I think it makes a lot of sense because Nwpo can pop off and 1v3, but Kiileerrz are just so consistent these days. He's proven to be such a valuable asset to his team in this format. Nwpo with a post pinch will clear the ball just a little bit, but Kiileerrz once again has him in an awkward position. His first flick wasn't the best, but it set up a shot that was pretty unsavable from that position. I think he's definitely messed that up. It was a flick that was so bad it was good, for lack of a better description. He tries to flick the ball much, much faster, and because he's flicked it slowly, he can just get right back to it. This is like a Champ 2 ranked play. As they try and flick the ball into your net, and it just ends up being the perfect first touch. Oh well, that's rare to see. Kiileerrz misses it overhead, and Nwpo misses a rebound in the same sequence. Another early pre-jump from Nwpo. Flew up immediately and then dove back down again, covered all angles. Nwpo trying to take the lead in game 2. A little bit of a soft ground pinch there. Nwpo now rapidly racing around the box, looking for a scoring angle. Kiileerrz prevents the ball from centering, keeps himself alive. He's looked like he's really leveled up in this event. Is it just me, or does Kiileerrz look like such a complete player right now? Double reset attempted. Nwpo swats it away. Settles for a long shot that's really never going to work unless Kiileerrz goes for boost when he shouldn't. Can't believe I didn't put Kiileerrz in the top 25 ones players. I did, actually. I did put him in. I put Nwpo in as well. Just a little bit over Kiileerrz. Just enough on that reset from Nwpo. Sneaky past the goalie. Yeah, I put both these guys in my top 25. I had Nwpo ahead of Kiileerrz, but after Kiileerrz beat First Killer and AJ the other day, that's why I'm predicting Kiileerrz to win this, is because he's already had, I had them very, very close. I had Nwpo like just ahead of Kiileerrz, and then Kiileerrz got 2 really, really quality wins in my opinion. Nwpo also won his match that he played earlier on in the quarters, but Yeah, Kiileerrz got 2 very, very quality wins, so I've got to move him up in my rankings based on that. Good read by Nwpo. Kiileerrz has flicked quite a few close range shots in this game already. Unreal reactions as well. Another low scoring game between these two. It's, of course, as close as we thought it would be. Why isn't Ahmad on any team? Hello, Ahmad. I did ask Ahmad if he wanted to play, and he said he would, but his internet's broken right now in terms of connecting to the EU server. So get well soon, Ahmad's internet. Hopefully it's going to be good for next time. But, you know, there's so much talent in Saudi Arabia for 1v1 that if we do this again, we're going to need a C team. Like if Khaled and Ahmad both play, you're only 1 player short of 9. Perfect shot from Nwpo here. Not sure who else you'd get. You know, Khaled would probably have to, he'd be A or B team, then Ahmad would be B or C team, depending on what form he's in. Yeah, Fahad would have been the obvious choice, but he's taken a break from competitive RL. Isn't that crazy that you could you've made? Well, we've got 2 extremely competitive Saudi Arabia teams in this tournament, with Khaled, Ahmad, and Fahad not playing. Like 3 of the most experienced ones players historically from the region. Ahmad is from Iraq, the AS7MD. He's from Iraq, not Saudi Arabia. Ahmad 7, or like B-Mad, as some people are calling him. Yeah, I know there's also other Saudi Arabian up-and-comers like HMO. He, I think, qualified for FairJame's recent EU tournament. We've also got Shadi, who I think made top 8 in FairJame's recent EU tournament. And yeah, Dr. Known is a 13-year-old prodigy from the Middle East who's just popped up recently. So if he can rapidly improve, which is very possible for a player that age, then maybe we're going to need a Saudi Arabia D team. Like the amount of talent per person in Saudi Arabia truly is extraordinary. You know, they're able to produce more 1v1, like more top tier 1v1 players per person living in the country than any other country by far. Like USA might be the only, I don't even know if USA does have more, to be honest. I think Saudi Arabia might have more top tier 1s players than even USA right now. It's very, very close though. USA and Saudi Arabia are way ahead in terms of just sheer volume of 1s players that are world class. But US has, I think, a population something like 8 times that of Saudi Arabia, so that's why it's so surprising to see Saudi Arabia be this populated with 1's talent. Nwpo's really denied Kiileerrz ceiling challenges very well in this matchup. He's had a great takeoff that naturally counters them. Like I said earlier, ceiling challenges, they want to run into opponents who are air dribbling the ball forwards, not downwards. But Nwpo seems to just go down and rely on his 50-50 mechs, his resets, to keep scoring chances alive. Now, Kiileerrz isn't done yet. He's going to try and get a late comeback here. Top corner will be shot down though by Nwpo. I think he realized exactly what Kiileerrz had planned there. Has Kiileerrz missed this open net? I think he has. Well, there's a late comeback gone. It's probably not going to be winnable anyway with the way that Nwpo's played this game. Kiileerrz wants to get some kind of momentum to take into the next game. He's not going to get it with shots like these, but maybe now. No, not even. Nwpo keeping him at bay once again. He's kept Kiileerrz to just 3 goals both games that have been played. But it was the offense that was the difference in game 2. Nwpo scores 8 compared to the 2 that he scored in the first game. I've not noticed if Kiileerrz ping has been doing this during the games. Have you guys noticed? I've not really been paying attention myself. Hopefully it's fine. Are they in comms with their teammates? I'd be surprised if they were in comms actively speaking. It can be quite distracting to actually talk during a 1v1 when you're playing. But a few of the teams have been discussing strats. The amount of strategy discussion going on yesterday between the rest of Europe, Joreuz and Atto, is very interesting, and Joreuz actually who was talking to me afterwards, saying that he really likes this format because it allows that strategical element of 1v1 to exist in a way that it doesn't usually exist. 1v1, of course, usually involves 2 players matching up against each other, and they have to just figure it out themselves, do it all themselves. But in this format, you've got 1v1s, yes, but teams as well, so such a coachable game mode. Ones, if you've got someone watching you with a ton of experience, they can really help you figure out winning strategies that are much harder to figure out when you're the one actually in the game. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Oh dear, Kiileerrz, you've got to hit an open net, mate. That's another one. That's just way off target. Nwpo's just going to back off and let him have another go at this. Clear problem is that Kiileerrz just isn't hitting the target. His shots are not connecting. And Nwpo is starting to see more and more success in his own offensive play. What can Kiileerrz produce here is more of a recovery than a shot there. He leaned forward before the ball actually made contact with his car. That took away all the power, but Kiileerrz backs up Nwpo with a couple fake jumps. Again, can't really get a good shot on target. He's thinking about half flipping through this. Okay, well, he gets a boost seal for himself, but these shots are not good enough for Kiileerrz. Quality that Nwpo has produced offensively has been a different level so far in this series, particularly in games 2 and 3 though. Kiileerrz missing 2 open nets, surely not this time, and he does slot his first goal of the game. Just went a bit higher. Both players had the same idea. They're trying to jump at the last second to get to that ball more quickly, but Kiileerrz went just that touch higher. Looks like Kiileerrz does have that red ping indicator. I don't know what that one means. Do you guys know what the red one is? Is that packet loss or something? Well, packet loss or no, you're not saving that. Kiileerrz decides to back off and try to read what Nwpo's up to. Nwpo just spirals into an absolute bullet of a floor pinch from close range. Even though it was right at his opponent, there is absolutely no way for Kiileerrz to save that one. Nwpo one step ahead. He knew his back corner boost was getting taken, but knew he could eliminate Kiileerrz while he was grabbing it. Kiileerrz that time able to spot that floor pinch coming before it connects. He's really not had many big wins in this matchup since that first game comeback. He's been struggling to produce the mechanics and offense that we're so used to seeing from him. This shot's lacking power as well. Kiileerrz just doesn't have that snap or his decisiveness in his offense right now. Oh, that's a good play though. Finally he gets something to work, and it's a flip reset lob over an incoming Nwpo. Nwpo's challenging angle there was pretty good, but Kiileerrz just got too much height on the ball for it to matter. Fake kickoff actually works pretty well here for Nwpo. He's got a strong defensive position, and he will slot the open net across the field as well. Now, you're wondering, why is this a favourable position for Nwpo? Why is he going to be the player who's quite happy there and not Kiileerrz? Well, it's because Kiileerrz didn't see the fake kickoff coming until it was too late, and he actually used, I think, all but 12 of his boost or something like that. Now, if he has 20 boost there, if Kiileerrz just has a little bit more boost, that would probably be Kiileerrz favoured, but because he doesn't have a lot of boost, there's not many options to go to in that position. He either has, you know, a slow side flip shot to a bottom corner, unlike this one, or a 50-50 on the goal line, and Nwpo is pretty well positioned to deal with both of those options. That's why, you know, sometimes it's better to just let the opponent come at you. As you'll often hear Jack say in his videos, you can't really do anything here, I'm just going to let him hit the ball at me. Nwpo knows that as well. Kiileerrz has come back, and it's not been too difficult, you know. It's been about deception for Kiileerrz in this late comeback. Nice American accent, thank you. It's a great boost grab as well. Kiileerrz can put Nwpo in a world of trouble here, and he doesn't even waste any time. The hesitation that we saw earlier in the game is just a distant memory at this point. Kiileerrz bangs one in from distance. He's needed those snappy shots. With how unconvincing his open nets have looked up until now, that was a lot more what we expected to see in this matchup. Kiileerrz back in control. Small pad boost management there for Kiileerrz. He's going to need to keep that up. Nwpo's shot is too good though. Nwpo just keeping Kiileerrz from challenging by being closer to the ball. You know, Nwpo, with the way that he positioned there, has constantly got the ability to make a play on the ball. He can flick it over Kiileerrz if Kiileerrz advances, and that's why Kiileerrz didn't advance. He had to just sit and wait. If you can do that with your ground game, it's not really possible to defend. That's what I mean when I say spacing in 1v1, putting yourself in a position where you can get back to the ball and your opponent can't. Kiileerrz challenges early. Catches Nwpo by surprise there. Both players running pretty low on boost. Nwpo's got 12 though. Kiileerrz probably didn't expect that. He must have thought Nwpo had 0. That's a great fake by Nwpo. He made one play on the ball here right before the play that he actually won the ball. He made a play without using any boost, and he actually had 12. So either he's picked up a pad there, or he's just pretended to have no boost when he's got 12. And it might not sound like much, but if Kiileerrz is expecting Nwpo to have absolutely none, oh dear, he's just missed that one, hasn't he? It's, you know, it's somewhat of a mind game, but Kiileerrz has really faked himself in this play. Yeah, if Kiileerrz thinks Nwpo's got no boost and Nwpo actually has 12, very easy to make a mistake. It's a good play by Nwpo in defense, and an unfortunate mistake by Kiileerrz gives Nwpo a late lead by 2 goals. We might not see the close ending I know you all want to see, especially not if Nwpo can say anything about it. Well, he didn't mean that, but it's almost worked in his favor. He messes up the initial shot, but fell pretty well for him. Kiileerrz looking to get one more opportunity. He's not out of this one just yet, but he has to score here, and it's going to be pretty tough with the boost that he's got. And it's not going to be possible anymore. Nwpo in the second game in a row. Bit of a messy start for Kiileerrz. He fought back and then finished off the game with another big mistake. It's been a very inconsistent performance from him compared to the quarter-final matches that he played. Quarter-final match he played against USA, I should say. Change server for Kiileerrz. Well, he's not asked for a server change. I could ask him. Do you need a new server? It's probably just him though. If the indicator is flashing orange, flashing red at times, I don't think that's a server problem. He says it's okay. Might just be his own internet. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe Rawas has sabotaged him right now. He's off in the background downloading a million films while his twin's trying to play. He's unplugged his Ethernet cable. Kiileerrz is on the Wi-Fi and he doesn't know. Of course, that's highly unlikely. Kiileerrz is in the Fennec now. It's not going to have any more success. Nwpo punches one through with the wave dash shot. Oh, 2-0. Nwpo's starting to run away with this here. Let's see if he goes for the same kickoff strat again. He went what would be his left here. No, he switches it up, and Kiileerrz actually just lets it happen. Drives right through the ball. It's a decent challenge, but Nwpo is still in such a good position. He's too quick for his own good with the first touch, though. Kiileerrz resumes control of the play. Nwpo has to back down with that first touch. Can Kiileerrz snipe a corner? Oh, he doesn't have to. The mind game does it for him. This is so critical that Kiileerrz gets side onto the ball here. Notice where he is when he's landing. He's not right behind the ball. He's threatening a sideways shot. That's why that mind game worked. Nwpo had to anticipate an angle change that never occurred. Kiileerrz actually heard Nwpo pre-jumping early there. Nwpo's still made contact with the ball way before Kiileerrz was ready. Speedy recoveries by the twin. Is Kiileerrz younger, the two twins? I've never actually... I don't think I've ever asked them about that, but somebody in chat might know. Is he the younger twin, and by how much? Oh my goodness, Nwpo with a monster of a flick from midfield. That is ridiculous. Straight off a reset. Look at where he started air dribbling from. Look at how much power he was able to generate. Kiileerrz thought he was getting back to it as well. He thought that Nwpo had another touch on that. Absolutely insane. Nwpo showing that he does deserve that A-team spot. He's just got so many threats that Kiileerrz is overthinking defense right now. He had 80 boost, and you know, the pre-jump saves from earlier are just nowhere to be seen. Roas is younger by 5 minutes. You know, I would always assume that Roas is older, but just because he arrived on the Rocket League scene a bit sooner. It's kind of crazy how quickly Kiileerrz improved, by the way. When he was 14, he wasn't anywhere near as well known as Roas. Roas was already in the top 10 in ones. He was already making deep runs in tournaments, even winning some tournaments in ones. Kiileerrz was just getting started. But then all of a sudden he just skyrocketed. Like one of the fastest improvements I've ever seen from any player. Can he work this one off the ground and into the net? Takes his time. Nwpo completely reads him. That's just not good enough for Kiileerrz. He probably should have gone for a bit more of an angle on the dribble there. He didn't have a good position to see what Nwpo was up to. He didn't have a good position to give him options. If you flick the ball like Moxie from that position, you're fine. But if you don't, then you're probably going to be in a bit of trouble. That's what happened to Kiileerrz. He's fallen off the post, and Nwpo's shot is too quick. You know, I said that Nwpo's trying to prove that he deserves the A-team spot over his opponent right here. They are very close, and you could make a case for either of them being the favourite in the match. Good shot by Kiileerrz. But I really think that the KSA teams as a whole, they made a good decision putting Nwpo in the A-team, Kiileerrz in the B-team, because one of the things that I think you want in this kind of tournament is a set of players who have all got different kind of play styles, and that's what Nwpo adds to the A-team. With, you know, Roas being a very defensive player, TRK being a very very calculated, strategical player, and now you just got Nwpo in there, who's a complete just a wild player who's rampaging around the field. I mean, I feel like it makes it much harder for your team to get swept by one star player if you've got a diverse array of play styles available to you. And that's kind of what Kiileerrz brought to this B team as well. So they've got Dark as you know, the mini Nwpo, I'll call him. I think Nwpo still does it in a bit higher level. He doesn't have the pogos, but he's still got I think the best offensive game out of anyone in the Middle East. Oh, good trip. Now, Kiileerrz is definitely missing open net there, but Nwpo did well to trip him up and deny the recovery. Nwpo's speed has just been a problem. Kiileerrz caught out of position again. Nwpo looking to end it all. Great recovery and bump though by Kiileerrz, who's going to grab the boost and start a counter-attack of his own. He's got a lot of work to do though, flies in out of the ball. Did he get the reset? I don't know if he did, but Nwpo thought he had one. Kiileerrz has to respect Nwpo's boost management. He has to just back off. Yeah, AMS is your TRK light, you know, kind of player. And then Kiileerrz is kind of these days, he's looking a bit like Roas in terms of 1v1 playstyle. In this tournament at least, he's looked like, you know, Roas light. And Dark is Nwpo light. So they're all, I'd say, complementing each other pretty well stylistically. Hey CRR, thanks for the 219 raid. Hope you had a good stream, man. Hope we get to do a tournament like this again in the future and we can see Spain again. It's great to have you guys. AMS will sweep the A-team. That would be the greatest achievement in 1v1 history. If AMS can sweep the A-team. He might have to, the way that this has gone. Oh, good goal by Kiileerrz as well. He's still got a lot of work to do, but that is a great start. Reverse takeoff near the ceiling. And then a reset dunk into the top corner. 26 seconds to go. And a 2-goal deficit. Can he work into a kickoff possession? It looks like he might have just messed up his jump. The worst possible outcome. Nwpo runs the ball into the corner though. And he will commit for this. That gives Kiileerrz a good chance. Oh my goodness, Nwpo's just done so well here. He's just flexing right now. He's not slow. He's slow rolling Kiileerrz. He's not rushing these open nets at all. How did he control that ceiling challenge so well? Kiileerrz threw himself at the ball. And Nwpo just fully absorbed it and kept control of the situation. And he's going to win his 3rd game in a row. Kiileerrz just couldn't put it together today. His confidence was just not there in offense. Game 1 was kind of how I expected the whole series to go. Just Kiileerrz having an edge, but Nwpo's confidence was just levels above. And there goes the star player for the KSA B team. They've only got AMS left. AMS will have to beat, in my opinion, the best player in the world, Roas. And then also, after that, beat TRK and Nwpo. I mean, it's just mission impossible. Literally mission impossible for AMS right now. In the Ones World Cup.